Hello YouTube, this is William. Starting to get some questions as to why they haven't seen some new videos in a while. And frankly, I've been busy in the shop trying to get those knives that just had a huge blowout sale, and they're just about gone. Thanks everyone, you guys have been just awesome. But those knives have been scraps that is just too short to make any other knives, so I made some small neck knives out of them, and they've been in the work for, well, probably better part of a year now. Just off and on working on them when I can, and when I got a moment, and waiting on materials, or after hours, or some Sundays. But others of them I've been testing out and using, and so anyway, they're pretty much gone. I think they have 4 or 5 left, but I really haven't had anything to say. So that is until now. So welcome to another Whittle Talk. Without the whittling, I might whittle on some leather here while I talk. Basically, I have a question. And my question is, how do we consider our worth? Is it the things we have? Is it the money we make? Do we consider our worth by how our children are raised? There it is, right in front of me. I think how we consider our worth is basically what drives our society. Many would say that it's we consider our worth by the material things that we own, and if that's the case, then that's pretty sad, because you'll never measure up to what you think you're worth. You're always striving to try to outdo yourself and your neighbors, and that's where a lot of envy comes from. You have to, and let's face it, I mean, everybody has to have a self-worth. If you don't have a self-worth, then you're lethargic, you're basically a couch potato, which we have quite a few of those as well. But there still has to be a sense of self-worth. Is it education? Is that how you consider your self-worth? Betterment, self-betterment. And you say, well, I don't know how I consider my self-worth. Well, think about, what do you strive for? What do you live for? Is it to make money? To raise your kids? Live in a better house? What gets you up in the morning? You say, well, I just enjoy my job. Well, that's a good thing. Not many people can say that. But again, is that how you consider your self-worth? Perhaps we need to do a self-evaluation and see. Ain't that something? Turned out better than I thought it was going to. I think, and I heard someone say it at one time, and I think in a lot of ways it's true, that the reason we have such a breakdown in society is because as a whole, America doesn't make anything anymore. I mean, we used to be a leading automobile manufacturer. We used to be steel manufacturer. Just, you name it, America made it. But you could probably count on one hand what we actually make in America anymore. Most of it's outsourced to other countries. And we just, well, we don't make anything. So then, again, it's a human condition that we have to feel worthy. We have to feel a sense of accomplishment. So, how do we get that? We can't get that because we don't make anything. So as a society, we get that because of material things. So we look at the neighbors and say, "Oh man, I need a pair of those tennis shoes. Those are well, I don't even know what the king brand is now. It's Nikes or whatever. I don't know. But I've got to get those. They're $180, so I can't afford them. So what do? I go steal them. So that's how I feel my self-worth, is because I can have the same tennis shoes as the rich kids. So I'm just as good as they are. The other thing is TVs. I mean, we can't afford the flat screens, leading edge technology and all this other stuff. So first right that breaks out because I'm not feeling my self-worth, that's what I go steal. I steal me a TV. So that's what happens when society breaks down. They don't have any self-worth. There's no sense of accomplishment. We don't make anything anymore. We don't get up at the crack of dawn and go to a job and build something. Something that you can set back in a day, week, month, year, 10 years, and look at something that was built out of nothing and have a sense of accomplishment. That is what's missing, I think. So until we start building things again, as a society, as a country, I think we're going to continue to be in a downward spiral. Nobody knows how to work anymore. Nobody knows how to build or to have that sense of self-worth. So if you don't think that it's self-worth from construction, and I say not construction, building houses, which is a good thing. I mean, I was raised in construction. Spent most of my life in construction. Well, all but 10 years of it I was in construction. And but build a leather sheath. I mean, something simple. See what kind of self-accomplishment you get. Carve out a bowl. Carve out a spoon. It doesn't matter what it looks like, as long as it's functional. See how that makes you feel. And then wonder if a lot of the kids in our inner cities, they never get to feel that. They would never get to feel the self-accomplishment of accomplishing or building anything. Go out in the woods. Like when as kids, we'd go out in the woods and build a fort. Just something simple. Be constructive. Don't consider your self-worth by what you own or what you have or what you make as far as money. Money comes and goes. I've had a lot of money in my lifetime and I've spent a lot of money. It never improved my self-worth. But making these knives, I don't make as much money, near as much money. I just barely scratch out a little bit of a living. It pays the bills. But I tell you what, my self-worth is a lot more. Because I can look at something like this and say, it took a lot of sweat, a lot of time, but these two hands made this. This is going to go to someone else and they're going to make things from this. This is going to be probably passed down to the next 2 or 3 generations. It's going to have my logo, my name on this blade. That is self-worth. How do you raise your kids? Do you teach them right from wrong? Do you teach them what is self-worth? What is good? What is right? Watching your kids grow. Taking on and be a better person than you were. That is a sense of accomplishment. That is worth something. So until the next one, you guys make something. It don't have to be a knife, it doesn't have to be a sheath. It could be anything. Just make something with your hands. Use it. See how that makes you feel. So if you do, take plenty of knives and lots of Band-Aids. Or plenty of Band-Aids and lots of knives. We'll catch you again soon.